There we go. We're live. Good morning, everybody. It is now Wednesday, November the 11th, Remembrance Day. So, it's kind of an important day. I'll bring up a big old thing on that thereafter. So today's going to be some chair stretches. Very rainy day. Some of you might be having some extra aches and pains today because of that, right? That happens a lot as the weather changes. We kind of get these different aches. It is actually a thing. It's not just you being crazy or something that your grandma used to say all the time, right? It's real. Barometric pressure has an effect on your body. So similar to, which is a little science understanding because I'm a nerd, right? So scientifically speaking, when you see it's a clear sky, it's what's called a high pressure system. In other words, the air pressure is really, really high. And that's why the clouds aren't there, because they've been pushed out of the way. Right? Which adds compression, even though you don't realize it, adds compression to your joints, right? Just like wrapping it in a bandage. As the low pressure system sets in other words, the air pressure loosens, the clouds roll in, the rainy days, so does the release of that on your joints. So you no longer have that compression, that elastic bandage, quote unquote, on your joints, and you end up being a little bit achier. So that's why that happens. It's normal, and we'll get through it together by stretching. So here we go. That was me stalling till 9 a.m. just in time for the cat to come down and interfere and everything. What do you want, cat? What do you want? Listen, can you at least face the camera? They don't want to see your butt any more than they want to see mine. Have some self-respect, would you? Jeez, what a cat. All right, so we're going to start, obviously, top down today. And maybe we'll start flipping a coin, right? See if we're going to go bottom up, top down, just for fun. Anyway, we're going to go top down, and we got some nice surprises for you because, hey, stop shaking the camera. Get out of here, you bum. Tell you these things. We a couple of nice surprises because if you've been with us for the last couple of weeks, then you're going to have a little surprise for yourself. All right, ready? Here we go. So we're going to start with the neck, okay? Now, remember, we're going to tilt down. We're going to keep these shoulders down, right? We're going to keep them level. What we don't want is we don't want to be doing this, right? Lifting that shoulder. We want that stretch. So you're going to go down. You're going to feel that stretch, and that's where you stop, right? Don't lift the shoulder to try to get the head down further on the other side. It's about stretching here. We just want that tension. I don't know if you can see on camera, but you could probably see how that muscle, that trap right here, is stretched out, right? So that's what you want to do. Do the other side. Great. You see, I got one side stiffer than the other because of the way I slept last night. Nights are rough sometimes. There you go. Good. Now, forward. Remember, chin moves forward, not in, right? So down to get the back of the neck. Right, so we're doing that chicken dance. Good. And back up. Nice. Now, the armpits. Ready? Turn and get that whole section. Nice. Perfect. All right, other side. Nice. Remember, guys, deep breath, right? We get to that stretch, deep breath. So we're going to do a few shoulder rolls. Nice big ones, okay? We're only going to do 5. Ready? Here we go. Big rolls. 1. There we go. 2. Nice. 3. 4. One more. Nice. There we go. Now we're going to go back. Ready? Up. That's where my cracking happens, is this way. I can feel my tense muscles, the tissues of the muscles snapping back into place. This is what you want. This is what massage therapists do. There's 4 already. Here we go. Last one. Nice. Good job. All right. So, ready for your little surprise? Here we go. Now, this is also for the chest, but it works the shoulders also. You're going to put your hands on the back of the neck. You remember this one, right? Now, don't do this. right? It's up. Everything's up. And we bring the elbows back. We're opening the chest, and we're opening the shoulders. And where's your surprise? If you notice and pay attention, and you've been doing this for the last couple of weeks with us, you're going to notice you've gotten a little bit farther. You're able to open up just a little bit more. That's amazing. And down. Good. Right? So, that 100-yard run, we're walking our way there. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, ready? One more. Here we go. Up. Open. Nice. Deep breath. Relax. And back. Nice. You guys are doing great. Superstars today. All right. We're going to do our snake charmers. Remember, elbows up, keeping that back straight, right? And now we turn. Good. Just like that. It doesn't have to be extreme, right? It doesn't have to be extreme. You just have to feel it in the muscles. Keeping that back straight. Don't bend. Keep that back straight. I might not be able to see you, but I can sense it. It's like the force. When one of my clients has their back bending, I can feel it. It's my Jedi power. Among other things, but that's one of the key ones. All right, you guys are doing great. Listen, we're killing it. We're already almost halfway there. We're going to add in some hip stuff today, so it's going to be a little bit fun. All right, lumbar region. Here we go. We all like to stretch this out. Your back is straight to start. We bring ourselves, remember, keeping the back straight. We're coming down to our knees. So we can almost rest on our knees. Like if you're waiting for someone, you can rest this way with your back straight for a long time, right? Now, we release, slide down the legs. What? Mine's really tight today. That was a rough night. Deep breath, guys. Relax that. Good. Now, remember, we support the weight, get ourselves straight, and then we sit up. Doing great. Do it again. All right. Now watch from the front side. I won't be able to see because my head will be down on the ground. Right? So we go from here. Nice. So now the back's nice and straight. It's important to keep that back straight. And then we let ourselves come down. So if you look, guys, I have my hands out. I'm not reaching. I'm not stretching. Right? This is why I wanted to show you from the front. I'm not trying to hit the ground. I'm letting myself come down, letting the lower back relax. And, right? I'm not trying to push past a certain point. I want my back to have no pressure in it. So now my lower back feels like it's just floating, like I'm floating in water. It should be that comfortable by the time you're done, okay? The tension should be released, and you're just sitting there. Good. All right, here we go. Ready? Hands on the knees. Lift those shoulders, straighten up, and we're up. Good. And just like that, your back is nice and stretched out. Okay, so we're going to work on the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings, and then we'll do some ankle circles. Okay? All right, so the hips, we'll get a towel in case for those who might have a little bit of issue. Again, never any shame of getting assists when doing stretches because the idea is to relax in the stretch and not to force yourself into some agony, okay? So, similar to what we do when we lay down. So, we're just going to fix that pocket. There we go, okay? One leg at a time, back straight, and we're going to try to encourage the knee upward. So, remember, when I'm doing this, okay, I'm not pulling the knee towards me. I'm not coming this way. I'm bringing the knee up in the air, which then it'll naturally come towards the body. But I'm bringing the hip up, not in. Huge difference, and we relax that stretch. If you need a towel, because maybe you can't reach, right? No problem. The only thing is if you're going to use a towel, make sure that you have enough tension to get it up there, right? You might be too flexible to use the towel. As am I. Right? Back straight, back, hey. I'm feeling it, I'm telling you. You think you're gonna get away with it, I can feel it. Keep that back straight. Right? Because the back being straight is honestly a key. It's super important. Okay, ready? Here we go. Good. Remember, we're coming up with the knee. We're not pulling it into ourselves. So we're not pulling this down. If you have knee pain and you're pulling down your ankle, you're going to hurt your knee even more. We're not pulling down. We're pulling up. We're lifting that leg, lifting that, and getting that hip flexion going. There we go. Just like that. Fantastic, guys. Great job. All right. Time for the glutes. Here we go. So legs crossed, back straight, as always. And already you're going to feel some tension right in that glute region, right? We're just going to lean forward slightly. It doesn't have to be far, right? Because if you're going to go far and you have to cave your back to go forward, it's no point. You're just a small tilt. We just need a little stretch, right? You just want to feel that stretch. So again, what does that feel like? Often people ask me, what does that mean to feel the stretch? Okay, there's two ways. I'll just give you a visual after, and then you do an experiment on yourself, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, good. Let's just finish this so everyone can be on the same page. You see this is one of my hip problems, but if you were here at the beginning, you will see that even myself, I've improved on this side. Right? Mine used to be like up here. It's absurd. Right? And we stretch out that glute, right? Now, relax now. Don't let that stretch reflex control you. That's it. Good job. Nice and calm. There you go. You guys are killing it. Okay, let's get the example out for you. I need a lazy Susan on this chair. I could probably just do spins all day. Okay, so here's a large example, and then we'll do a test on ourselves. Okay, so here's a whatever. We'll assume that this is your joints and muscles and all this. Okay, so this is it loose. Now, when you straighten your leg out, let's say, okay, it goes from completely relaxed to just a little bit to where it's supposed, like that's fully extended. Now, to encourage a little bit more, all we want to do is just a little extra, right? We don't want to go from this to this because your body's not ready for that, right? Where this, we go a little bit extra. So, how is a good way for you to understand that, how it's supposed to feel? Here you go. Ready? Take your hand. Okay. Now, on your own, stretch out your hand as much as you can. Stretch those fingers out. Really stretch out that hand. You're going to feel tension right here. Okay? Now, ever so slightly, a gentle nudge on your fingers. And you're going to feel that tension increase just a little. And look, I'm not going far, right? Like not even like a millimeter. And you will feel that stretch right away. That's what you want, okay? Hot. All right, so we're going to do two things. One new one, we're going to do a butterfly, a seated butterfly, okay? So here's what you want to do. You want to open your legs as wide as you can get them, right, comfortably. Let the toes follow the knees, okay? You see, I always tell you to keep your toes straight, but we want the toes to follow the knees so the knees are in alignment. We don't have pressure on the knees. Right, back straight. So now you're going to feel right here is that tightness, okay? Right there. You're not going to, I mean, if you're really like a ballerina, you might get stretch in the groin. Chances are you're feeling it right here, okay? So here's what you want to do. Get to as wide as you can get naturally. Put your hands on the inside of your knees. Relax your legs. Relax those legs. So your arms now are holding the legs, right? Good. Good. Now, if you're really brave, take your hands. If you're not suffering too much pain, if you're already in pain, stop immediately, all right? But if not, give it a gentle nudge outward, a little encouragement, right? That little extra stretch. Good. We relax. We stay relaxed in that. We don't force it, right? We're not struggling against it. and back. Nice. Fantastic. All right, you want to try one more? You're like, oh, okay, that was pretty good, right? So now we get out. Yes, you're going to feel the tension. Why are you feeling the tension when you do this? Because in order to open your legs this wide, these muscles need to flex, right? So here we go. From here, relax those muscles. Relax those legs now. Shake it out, right? Those legs, wiggle that butt if you need to, right? Take all of that stress out of those thighs and legs. There you go. So I'm forcing you to sit here to relax long enough for your body just to give up and stop holding. Good. Deep breath. Nice. Now, if you're feeling good, we give it a push. Small push, just like we showed on the hands. There we go. Nice. And if you're noticing, if you're properly relaxed, you're going to notice you can stretch much farther than you were able to open your legs on your own. That's why I'm talking so softly, because I really want you to be relaxed for this one. Good. And release slowly and back. Great job. Look at you stretching out those hip flexors. Man, fantastic. All right. Time to work on the hamstring. Remember, highways to the legs. Nerve pain runs from the back, comes out of the spine, runs down along the back of your leg. Major arteries running on the inside of your leg. All this area here, everything's running down here. This is just muscle. All the good stuff's running on the back. All right, so here we go. I'm on the edge of the seat. You can be forward, you can be to the side, whatever's comfortable for you. Toe up, back straight, as always. Because you know my back thing, I'm obsessed. All right, now, slowly, we're going to inch our way forward. And you should be, like I said, when this flares up, it's going to feel somewhere in between, like a hybrid between a burning and a tingling sensation. Right? You feel it right in your toes. But the important thing is that you feel it equally along the length of this. If you're feeling it all here and not up here, there's one reason for that, and that is your back. Right? Because even just a whoop cancels it out. So remember when we do our back stretches, we cancel out by bending our knees? Same thing with your back. You don't want to cancel out. Keep that back straight. Really accentuate it. Even if you have to be ridiculous. Like overly straight to really focus. That's okay. Because once you do, you're going to feel that. Right? Good. Now, lean forward. And you should get that burning and that tingling. It won't take far. Right? It's almost instant. And we relax that stretch reflex now. Let go of those knees. Good. Perfect. Good job. All right, other side, right? Back straight. Toe up. And we go. Now, if you go, guys, and you're feeling a lot of pressure on your knee, stop for a second. Take a minute. Okay, get yourself set. Okay, let's try this again, right? Because sometimes what we have a tendency to do, and this is not just you, this is everybody, we don't let ourselves reset, right? So we'll come down, we won't be doing it right, out of form. Everybody ends up out of form sometime. And then they try to adjust while they're in it. That's weird, right? Come back. Okay, let's try it. Straighten up. Good. Now we go. And now we just get that nice burn all the way up. It makes your toes tingle. That's okay. That's good. It's getting that blood flowing is what it's doing, right? Nice. Deep breath. Relax that stretch reflex. Fantastic. All right. One more to go. We're done for the day. And then I'll have a little thing to say after that. But here we go, guys. Ankle circles. Yeah, I was like, here are ankle circles. That's going to work well. Let's try it this way. Ankle circles. Here we go. So heel down, toe up. But let's try to make, now we're supported by the ground, so we don't have to hold our leg up. Let's make big, absurdly huge circles. Right? Really try to get point that toe, bring it to the side, and bring it up, like really, going at it, just over accentuating. And we'll only do 5. Now the other way, good, big, huge, ridiculous circles. And why? 2 things. 1, the mind to muscle connection that we talked about. And 2, you're getting more out of it. You can do less and get more out of it. Just wiggling your toe around and blah, right? It's not going to do anything. Really get it going. Yeah, there you go. That's it. And you're probably going, oh, geez, Chris, getting a couple of cracks and a couple of pops. That's liable to happen because that's what happens when tissue pops into place. Because you got to figure your tissue is very elastic, especially if you're drinking enough water. That's why it's key, especially as you get older. Some of my older clients, you got to drink water because your body will dehydrate, right? And they'll start to, you can have tissue inside cracking. Right? There we go. Perfect. That's great, guys. So listen, I just want to say a little something about Remembrance Day because that is today, right? The 11th of November. It's a big deal, right? We often tend to kind of just gloss over it. I got my poppies upstairs on all my jackets and my shirts and whatever. And we tend to gloss over it. And we got to remember, and it's important, I'll tell you why it's important to remember these things, right? So back in the day, you got to figure there were world wars on other sides of the world. But we knew, as Canadians, that if we didn't get involved, it would eventually spill over into other countries, into our friends' countries, such as England. We were part of the Commonwealth, right? We were still friends with France because Quebec, right? So we knew that these wars would spill into and hurt the people we know and love and care about, our friends, right? And then eventually make its way to us. So we volunteered in droves for these wars. There were so many people volunteering for the Second World War that they actually had to refuse people and be like, sorry, guys, there's like too many of you going. That just shows the character of the people willing to protect themselves and the people they care about, right? And now we're facing a challenge. I know it sounds dramatic, but we're facing a challenge, COVID-19, and it sucks. Nobody likes it. Nobody enjoys being stuck at home all the time. Nobody enjoys not being able to hug their friends, their family, their whatever it is. We know that Christmas is coming, right? And we're going to want to try to get together at Christmas time. So here's our job. We got a month and a half. We got 6 weeks. Let's really crack down together, all of us. And why? Not because the government tells us, but because we, like we're remembering the people on Remembrance Day, want to protect ourselves and the people we love from harm. Our enemy, the harm that is going to be done upon them, is a virus. So it's nice and easy, guys. You don't have to do too much. You just wear a mask, you wash your hands, you stay a little bit away for 6 weeks, and then we can get this thing under control in time for Christmas. We can, right? So there you go. That's my speech. And listen, really take a moment at 11 o'clock today, 11:11, and take a minute and just remember those who sacrificed themselves to protect all of us. And have yourself a great day. I know it's raining, it's going to be depressing, but try to keep those spirits up. Go for a walk. Umbrellas are a thing, right? You'll be good for it. And then we'll see you tomorrow. All right, have a good day, everybody. Oh, awkward sign-off time. Look at my eyeball. Oh my God, this is always going to be terrible. It's never going to get better. I'm sorry.